We're not live if I hit stop streaming instead of studio mode, but you know, that's just technical difficulties. Anyway, I changed my mic settings again, so hopefully they doesn't sound too loud or too quiet. It's probably loud, to be honest. But we're here. Time to go and, well, probably face off against Emmett at some point. Yeah, let me turn this down a tiny bit more. Okay, I turned down the gain a little bit. That might have been too much, but whatever. So let me see if I can listen to it. Oh yeah, that sounds fine. Anyway, we're gonna head over to the Tempest today. We're gonna hopefully face off against Emmett. I doubt we're gonna get that far today, but we're finally in the final stretch of at least of the main part of Shadowbringers. Still gotta do post Shadowbringers. Anyway, let's talk to Urianger and get going. To storm-tossed seas. Urianger is patiently awaiting word that you are ready to depart. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. I mean, Alizé and I have got that covered. Didn't you remember Stormblood? But I mean, the rest of you guys, I mean, as long as I'm there, we'll be good. I also just remembered I don't have my avatar up. Man, today's getting off to a great start. There we go. I think the main thing is because I was doing some more research before stream, because I want to look into getting an actual decent microphone, because like I've pushed this one past its limit, and it really doesn't sound great, even as good as I have it, even as much as I've improved it. And I was doing that up until like 5 minutes before the stream started. Anyway, Urianger is talking. I interrupted him. Please continue, sir. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus I would petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Okay, let's head on over. He's at southwest. Which is, yeah, I've been to Sullen for the... There was a person in the beginning of the Pixie quests, and then I went there for the Faceted Fishing. Also, I did one more of the Faceted Fishing quests, but now I have to get to the Tempest for the last one. So I couldn't finish that well, I'll probably be able to finish it after stream, once we actually get to the Tempest. They have actually said the Tempest so far yet, haven't they? On the map, it's just question mark, question mark, question mark. Alright, let's see, Calusia. I believe that's where we're gonna go in, but... I don't know if he actually said Tempest. Anyway, I know it's the Tempest because of the Faceted Fishing and other stuff. Okay, Urianger, who is this person we're gonna meet? There, to the west, canst thou discern the hump of an... Oh right, I saw this, that's right, I saw this, when I was doing a hunt train on, like, on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I didn't know what the heck it was. Apparently we're going there now. Canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hides the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge the beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide as a fish. That's right, I think they established in Stormblade that he can't swim. And, like, Alphanode was happy. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mighty nipped strokes. Yeah, because Alphanode was, like, going off about how he was happy to have a fellow terrible swimmer. This reminds me of the like Turtle Island stuff in mythology. Oops, I didn't think I would stay mounted. Oh, that's because it is, of course. Suspect rock formation. Yeah, it's definitely not an eye. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of a giant stone eyelid. I wonder why. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? The locals call this the Isle of Ken, which I presume must refer to knowledge. Either that, or someone was being awfully zealous about marking their territory. Sure, Thancred. Well, what hast thou discerned? I've discerned. This is an ordinary island? What? Okay, I kind of want to answer that, but it... Yes, yes! Most perceptive. According to the lore of the pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the selfsame title by which we know the great feathered whale revived by the Vanu Vanu of the source. I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form of the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the Ruby Sea, which he hasn't actually been to and didn't know about, so I don't know how he knows. Within its compass, we may move unencumbered, and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now, I must needs ask for silence, whilst I make my supplication. These big words, they scare me. Rianti's the scariest person in all Final Fantasy because he uses big words.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
That's right, he learned the Fey language. And then he tried to he made a joke about teaching Thancred, and how Thancred actually remembered something.
Lo, imida, sawin, mirane. Amatagnai.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alina.
Van urs atslir. Olfothim iri guath thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fae to know that didn't go well.
Oh, she's gonna be happy. Oh, it. Whatever Feul is. Pixie.
My snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers Bismael win picked. Van dromi drom jakom. Van red rithje.
Una sahawin whisk. Isnerim sur lo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
Always nice to have a literal king of the fairies on our
And
side.
your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallo ruis. Van in nar
Little neighbors.
Dir sitagnai.
Oh, okay, it's a whale. That makes more sense. That makes sense why it's Bismarck, because like the Sea of Clouds version was also a whale, or kinda. We're gonna see another flying whale. These guys are gonna be like, what the heck is that?
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
What the? Do you see that?
Yeah, this is a little bit east of where I thought it was going to land.
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Oops.
It's not stopping. Run! Run!
Lo vanana ana. Tilden sit
Oh, by the way, I'd like to go back now. I did say before I started this quest that this was kind of a point of no return quest, kinda. There's probably going to be a little bit before I can go back to the Crystarium. Because, like, how do we leave?
Wow.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves?
That's pretty useful.
The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
That was pretty cool. Great intro to the Tempest. Now, Ryanji, what do we do now? Kind of on the bottom of the ocean. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest, safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Selk, and, I believe, the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee unto the rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of the temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. In the event that you leave the area, speak to whatever that name is in Vanmont Yards, close here to return to the temple. Okay, so I can just leave. I mean, if this wasn't a game where, if this was like a single player game, it would probably be like a point of like temporary lockout, point of no return. One thing, like Psychonauts, I know Psychonauts is kind of a transition, but there's a point in Psychonauts that's a point of no return when the camp moves from day to night, and you can't get the collectibles during the day, and that always really annoyed me. So I made the first time I played through it, I got a bunch of collectibles, but then it turned night and I couldn't 100% the game. And then at the very end, after you do the meat circus and the final level, you can't even go back to camp at all. The only thing you can do is replay the levels to collect figments. So you can't 100% the game once you get past that point of no return, which always annoyed me. Anyway, so what stats does this give? Direct hit rate. That's not bad for a tank, but I'm probably not going to be tanking. Because I'm not, I rearranged my, I wanted to change my tank R's to have my mitigation on the top row, and I actually started doing that. I did that on Dark Knight and I got used to it, and then I had my 1 2 3 on the first row, my single target abilities on 1 2 3 4, and then my AoE abilities on the second row. The main problem with doing that is that it kind of hurts my pinky since my hand isn't used to it. And then right now, because most of my abilities are mitigation, my hotbars are pretty empty, on Dark Knight at least. And then I'll need to get used to this because I'm not used to this being inner release being here. I've always, even on Dragoon, I was putting my, I've always had, even in like WoW when I played a little bit of that, I put my like buff abilities on the second row here with these two. And I am 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, Dragoon's very static compared to like Warrior. But I'll just need to get used to it. I'm not going to be doing a dungeon with this. I'm probably going to be healing again. I did look up Summon Seraph. Actually, I think I looked it up on stream. And I think Summon Seraph just gives more healing and shields. I also really need to move these two somewhere else, because I could actually use Control 1 and Control 2. Also move Physic away, because I only have Physic there if I get synced down and I don't have Adaloquium. But right now I'm going to do Warrior, because that's also my lowest, I think. Yeah, it's the lowest skill, because I got to 81 Dragoon by accident. Anyway, Thancred, where are we headed? Waiting in the depths, Thancred casts his gaze across the waterless expanse before you. Now, as for where we should start, we should be looking. I rather doubt Emmett Selk will be sitting around in the open. I propose we follow the slope toward the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and likely to be slippery. Now don't worry about me, Thancred. Or are you just used to doing your ladies first thing? Oh, that's right. I put, okay, I should do that. I need to think about how to do this because that hits harder. Oh right, that got an upgrade too. Because I got used to upheaval being on Control R. Oh good, I only need one of them. And now I want this to still be my ranged attack. Do I? Because typically I put 5 as like... 5 would be what these are, but since I've only got 1, 2, 3, I would only put those there. And I don't really use Provoke almost at all. Maybe I should put in a release on Shift 5. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter that much right now. I feel like my FPS is a lot worse than usual. I really need to dust out my computer. I think I haven't done it in months. I doubt that would actually improve performance almost at all, but it might help, because I'm pretty sure my GPU is thermal throttling right now. With the stream and the game. Like, it thermal throttles even with the game. Just the game. Let me see. Yeah, it's sitting up at 79 degrees, so it's probably thermal throttling. What about that large formation over there? The gloom down here is so suffocating compared to the endless night sky we saw, but I suppose Emmett Selk had nowhere else to go. Not out of the ordinary here, as far as I can tell. Can't really do Alphinode's voice. I can kind of do a Thancred voice if I can get it right. But with Thancred, it's more of a if I can hit it correctly. Also, this person's probably freaking out because just suddenly there's no water. I don't know, maybe we should go and check out the place that has an aetherite crystal on the map. Seems like it'd be a pretty good place to check first. But of course, make sure to get the crystals so you don't forget. I think I've actually almost never forgotten. It was just one time in Amarang. The Finless one! They followed me! Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Well, kinda. Ah, so this is where the Ondor make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware that people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for understanding. Chieftain, what do we do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient One? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated Ian. Is that a typo? Ian? Shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? ... It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. So, what is the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our present meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. A little too presumptuous. That accent's a little too presumptuous for Thancred. Yes, I'd like to know more about the illuminated land and the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emmett Selk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return. We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us, then we just gotta kill them. Just like every other beast tribe. Brilliant. Do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo. The individual I dealt with was rescinded in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach, we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach do you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our all too dramatic arrival hath thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we able to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical, Urianji, please, to them, they may yet prove amiable to reason. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but I do worry that what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has deeper connection to the Asians than first meets the eye. If warranted further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. Then it's settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill, like we always do. Alright, Alpha Node, use your political skills and let's make friends with these people. Brilliant. You won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is a guy. This is Posh-Un, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited, and you did not come. Then the mist still came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, Posh-Un. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps where the dry return, a cavern to the north, is home to giant crabs. We did not fear the crabs, but we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run and they scuttle, close behind, snipping and snapping their claws. There are too many of them, too many. Ah, I believe I can be of assistance there. And what of you, Beryllian? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company, where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. Well, let's go clear out the crabs. As long as they're not running around saying, I like money! Am I blind? Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I gotta go out this way. Let's head over to the orange circle. This is not a puddle of death. For a new microphone, I need to figure out if I'm going to, I want to get an arm for it, but I'm not sure how to attach it to my desk in terms of, like, what position, because I don't want to accidentally whack one of my monitors with it. Well, that's interesting. The buffed version of Fellcleave still uses, doesn't... It doesn't... It isn't free. I guess this is... Yeah, Fellcleave, okay. Because it's actually a different ability. So when I buff this up, it becomes Inner Chaos, and then that still uses Beast Gauge. Inner Release only makes Fellcleave and Decimate free. Oops, thought I killed it. Oh right, one more. Yeah, okay. It only makes Felcleave free. That would be a bit... I could see that getting out of hand. Yeah, because Nascent Chaos becomes Inner Chaos, which is... is it not going to show me? I should just teleport back, but I want to see if I can find... Hey, there it is. Okay, it's crit. It always crits, that's why. I can see that being a little, a bit much. You could crack their shells? You must be stronger than you look. That's a little too high for what I think these guys should have. I see you reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say that we have reduced the local crab population to far less threatening numbers. My thanks, both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Pashuan, this was to be part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more about you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it was said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimlessly and lost until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Interesting. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures proved shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race had been built such wonders under the guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancient ruins had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such a time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Paoshuan, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you decide our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand, only do not try to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. See, that was waiting in the depths, I think. Let me look at the Shadowbringers quest list again. Okay, there's a blue quest. Okay, so we're not even at the lady quest yet. Okay. Talk to Yushola in a second. Let me go unlock the gemstone trader and take a look at that blue quest. Let's see. Tempest Riding map. Looks like the only thing I can get here. Yep, let's go ahead and accept this blue quest first. Qual of the Cups. Narosh Qual is eyeing you with naked interest. I don't want to do the voice for these guys anymore. He doesn't hurt my throat, he's just kind of uncomfortable to do. Hail, Finless One, and welcome to Cups. Long have I wanted to converse with one of your kind. I am called Narosh Qual. How may I address you? Brilliant Mason. Curious. Before we speak at length, there is something I would show to you. Let us leave behind the cups and head due west. Come. I guess I'm still going to do a little bit of voice, but the voice I was doing before was slightly uncomfortable, so I'm not going to do that one anymore. I'm going to talk to Y'shtola first so I can see if I can overlap these quests at all. City of the Ancients. Y'shtola appears to be deep in thought. Ah, Berylian. Have you learned aught of note? Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Y'shtola's telling me to follow her. You don't really say no to that. Oh, I picked up Dancer today. And I want to level it for reasons. You know, reasons. And I was looking at the skills, just trying to figure out like how do you use this, and I can understand how somebody might get overwhelmed just from reading the tooltips, because it's a level 60 job. So at that point, usually in my experience, leveling the skills that I've leveled, 60 is where it starts getting a little more complicated. And so just being dumped at level 60 at the very beginning can be very intimidating. Anyway, let's talk to Narosh Qual. These are relics of your kind, yes. The leavings of a ship that has sailed the seas above long, long ago. Hold on. They lie as they fell, untouched by the Ondo, for most have little interest in the affairs of the Finless. I, however, do. Ever since I was saved by one of yours, after being washed ashore, weary and near death, such kindness is a rare and wonderful thing. I would know more of these people who showed it to me. And so I ask you, Brilliant Mason, to teach me of your ways. These objects, for example, what purpose did they serve? How were they used? Oshkwal gestures to nearby debris, entreating you to inspect them closely and offer up a detailed explanation. And I can't really tell what they are from this. Among the debris, you spy what appear to be remnants of several shattered wine bottles. Such fragile containers they were. I suspect they once contained something of great value. What can you tell me of their purpose? No, give him the right thing. Fragrant liquid would cloud the mind. I have heard of these before. Do Finless ones so delight in dulling their wits? Now you see, this guy gets it. Among the debris, you spy what appears to be a rotting ship's wheel. That was carved from the wood of one of your many trees, yes. What purpose does this peculiar contraption serve? You wear it on your head. I mean, some glam, yeah. Ah, the vessels your kind use to traverse our waters. Then, without a wheel, it is at the mercy of wind and the currents? I see. Thank you, brilliant Mason. In short time together, you have already taught me so much. A pity that none of their pearls of wisdom will serve my needs. Narosh, what are you thinking, wandering off on your own with this finless one? There is no time for you to fiddle with their leavings. The Clutch Mother is in terrible distress. No, you do not understand. I brought you here to... Pray forgive this child, his impotence. I am Zeroshuan, and on behalf of the Clutch Mother, I come to entreat your assistance. It seems you do not realize that in driving back the waters of the Tempest, you have placed our beloved Clutch Mother, leader of the Ondo, in mortal peril. She is pregnant. Here in the depths, she shall give birth to many, many eggs. We male Ondo will have to take them into our care and raise them as our own. But absent the flowing water, we know not if she will be able to deliver them safely. If not, the future of our people will be in jeopardy. Well, I mean, you can use a tub? The flood of light claimed many Ondo lives, though we have rebuilt our numbers somewhat in the decades since. It would be devastating to lose an entire generation, or worse, the Clutch Mother herself. She wishes to speak with you directly, that we might together find a solution to this dilemma. Will you return with me to the cups? Narosh, come. I will not let you trouble our guest or the Clutch Mother further. Everything I've done for her. Well then, let's head up and talk to Y'shtola. See what she wanted to show us. Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish to use this knife to take scrapings of one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations. And why couldn't you do this yourself? Yes, Mother. Right. Need to scrape the wall. You set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. Inspect the structure of the Ondo cups for distinctive features. You may move the camera as well as zoom as target to build and examine within. Let's see, what am I supposed to be looking for? Uh, another one of these guys. There's a stone bill here, at the bottom of the ocean for some reason. Wonder how many of those have been showing up in the background of these and I never noticed. Like the buildings, inspect the structures which comprise the Ondor cups and identify their most distinctive features. I mean that. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you have seen nowhere else. Hey, Stoll, I did your chores. Yes, mother. And what did you discover? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structure structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the walls, even with all your might behind the blade. Brilliant. Everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by particular materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I have you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkon Empire, once the greatest power in Novront, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. Perfection must be an Essien. But if not the Ronkons, then who? Who were these ancient ruins the Ondor claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies with the reason Emmett Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere where mortals would struggle to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here, specifically? Emmett Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap, 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Maybe it's something to do with Ascians. Don't know yet. That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of the umbral calamities, but here in the first they might have remained untouched for millennia. A copy of the mural in Gitano Raval, Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fanau after our victory in Calusia. Here in the first scene, by Emmett Selk's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surroundings for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try looking further to the northwest. You may view the Katana Revolve mural at any time during the quest by using the relevant key item in the key items menu. The quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows you a full view of the structure. Okay, so I actually have to think. Let's see, she said northwest. So let's head northwest. So are there going to be more towers built into these pillars? She did say northwest, right? I mean, this is kind of... Oh, okay, I can kind of see some structures over there. I'll check that in a minute. Well, it kind of looks rounded. Yeah, I think it might be that. There's a survey point there. Oh, and an aether current. I forgot I need to look for aether currents. Oh, right, where's the next one? Northeast. So, okay, so I might have missed it. It's probably up here somewhere. I'll make sure to, get it on the way back. Wait, no. I would be teleporting. Yeah, that looks kind of similar. But also not really. Aye, that is the mural writ large. Sure. Though I cannot guess as at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Ascians. And yet it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysterious stirring and a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of the age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he isn't there. Okay, Stola. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. The light of inspiration. Y'shtola seems eager to share your discoveries with the others. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it would be useful to speak with the Ferris Uon again, and ask if there is aught else he was willing to divulge. Okay, I'm gonna run up and try and find that other aether current, because I think it's somewhere I've been. Or at least have access to. So that's not a way up. I want to grab it so that I don't miss it. I mean, it looks like it's same 4 and 5 like always. Yeah, northeast. That's gonna be pretty close to where I came in. It's probably like over here then. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's actually really close to where I came in. I don't know how I missed that. Literally, there's a enemy that targeted me with the C. I think I got distracted by killing one of these guys. Yeah, south. That's gonna be too far. Or is it? That'd probably be down here then. Well, let's teleport over first. It's actually almost time for a break, but I'm gonna play a little bit more first. Let's see, how far is it? West, oh, okay. That's gonna be on the other side of this pit, probably. So, let's talk to Puashon. Huan. Or Paushu. Huan. Alpha Note's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the walls of the Forgotten? The remnants of the Northwest? Yes. Yes? You visited them unbidden? Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it is so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grendel. Okay. Wait, Grendel? Isn't Grendel the, I know that name? Okay, let's see. I believe I said last time I got to level 90 mining and botanist, and then I did one more ocean fishing trip, and it finished off. It got me from 88 to 90. Okay, I thought I knew this guy. Oh, that's just great, that is. My mind playing tricks on me now. Look, Grendel, someone's coming to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be your ghost, eh? Go on, Foulshade, feast yourselves on me, rotten soul. I've got no use for it. Craftsman can't craft is more pointless than sea slug with a dome and hammer. And that's an insult to a bloody sea slugs. I guess he needs to be psyched up. The male psyche mode is a lot more funny. Eh? You wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you? Would you, spirit? Now what do you expect from a servant of the netherworld? I think this is supposed to be like the guy in ARR. Yeah, it's the same guy, just with long hair. That's why I recognized his name. Has it really come to this? Yes. What's that supposed to mean? Now impressed, not impressed with what you see, lass? Well, I have let myself go a bit. This was meant to be my underwater sanctuary, a place where I could concentrate on my work. That's the complete wrong accent, but I don't really care. I'm gonna roll with it. Far from the distractions of the outside world. It's supposed to be more of a, like, pirate Cockney accent. But I like doing it as a southern accent. And yet here we stand. Here you stand. Now that's what's so damn important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest bother me. Need to get a Boomhauer to voice act this guy. Ah, Neondore's lamp. God's cursed this empty head. I've not so much as made a start. I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivering dates long past. Me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. I don't know why I decided to give him a southern accent. I'm trying to remember how I need to hear a Cockney accent to try and do that again, because I can do an okay one. Hey, nope, that's not it at all. I'm just gonna read this out, and I don't want to do the southern accent anymore. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well. Yeah, it's supposed to be more of a, like, lower class accent. But I haven't heard one in a while. I didn't click. Tell me you got something to show me. Something as'll give me a muse rate good kick up the arse. Yeah, it's supposed to be British. The Ondo wanted to honor the coming of the ancients, so their answering lights got to blaze with the right kind of brightness, like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But man, this is hard to read. Like if I had an accent to put with it, it would be easier. But whatever. Sparkly's not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Grendold seeks a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that crystallizes only a culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete any of the oh, right. I completely forgot about this. I guess we're gonna go do one of the role quests now. I remembered that you needed to do a role quest. Let me get this. I thought it was to finish post Shadowbringers, not finish post Shadowbringers, not the main Shadowbringers. In that case, let's take a quick break, and I think I'll go do the DPS. The DPS role quest, or melee DPS role quest. Let me head on over there, and then we can take a quick break. I've seen some people complain about Dragoons complain that they don't like Reaper's forward dash. To that, I have to say you're not using your backflip right. I wish I could do it the other way. Oh, I can. Okay. Alright then, time for a break. Get up, stretch your legs, get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Alright. Let's take care of this. No greater sport. Lou Reek thinks you just might be the answer to his prayers. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Yes, of course you are. Just plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of woman I've been looking for. You're perfect. My name, sir, that's not really a good pickup line. That's the kind of thing that you shouldn't... never mind. My name is Lou Reek, and I am a bounty hunter. But not just any bounty hunter. I will have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin-eaters. Not only that, I have recently set my sights on a particularly notable fiend. One of the 4 cardinal virtues, those infamous instigators of the flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater, and I am not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I am confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have in mind to recruit. Away without a word. Aha, I knew you would be interested. And should the challenge alone be insufficient motivation, know that I have substantial financial resources at my disposal. Now you're talking. You will be duly compensated for your service, rest assured. However, as much as I am certain you are the right woman for the job, 'tis only meet that I put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray do not be offended, but you would be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. True. Alright, where's this guy? In Lakeland? Alright, let's head on out. Get through this quest line. Let me look at how long this is. So I completely forgot that I needed to do this. Additionally, one of the 4 role quest lines must be completed to finish the expansion. Let's see, I'm doing melee DPS. Let's see, so that's... No, this isn't it. What? Oh, that's Endwalker. Okay, I don't know why I skipped to that. Oh, I see, because I clicked on the wrong one. Physical DPS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess we're gonna be doing this today. Let me update the stream text, because that's probably what we're going to be doing for the rest of the stream. Let me make sure I spell physical right. Oh, that's cool. The new version of OBS has the offsets from the edges of the screen. That might have been something they had already, but this is much easier to see. I guess I'll update the stream title too. let's see. Physical DPS. World Quest. Shadowbringers. Physical DPS World Quest, because that's what we're doing now. Alright, let's see. Let's continue. The reason I'm doing a physical DPS is because I know out of the 3 classes I'm using, I feel like Dragoon is the one where I actually know how to use most of the abilities. The only new one that I have at level 80 is this, but it's basically just another OGCD attack that I can use when my Dragon Gauge is filled. Now that I think about it, I only get 2 casts, right? Okay, I'll need to think about that next time I fill up the Dragon Gauge, and I can use it. Here we are, our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, we require bait to lure one out of hiding. Oi, my lord, got your package here. Well done, my good man, and here is your payment. I just noticed how fancy this guy is. Oh, this? The bait in question. The bait in question. Easier to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. I cannot imagine it will take long for something to come hither. Oh, that giant chameleon. Iguana. Yeah, it's an iguana. Oh, right. Let's take you down. Well, that was easy. Fantastic! I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. Oh, right. Okay, so the Dragon Gauge needs 2 uses of Gerskogel to charge, and then I can use these as much as I want. So thinking about the way I wanted to reorder my tank hotbars, if I wanted to follow a similar principle for DPS, then my shift 1, 2, and 3 should be my my multi-target abilities. AoE ability. I should put a big giant quotes around AoE, since they're just like straight ahead attacks. Okay, Lurik. Congratulations on the kill well made, my good woman. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. Don't have to tell me twice. I'm not a voice acting man. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef. Another helping? No. Are you sure? It really is no bother. Oh, very well. I should return to our earlier discussion, that of the virtue I have engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name, and she roams Novront in the guise of Verdia Ray, the fallen warrior of light, renowned hunter of Eldam. Yeah, I thought I recognized her, so she's masquerading as her. She is a most elusive eater who has been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question of forming in your head. Why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no. For the beasts she slays rise anew as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this one wretched sin-eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind on unsuspecting towns and villages all across Novrond. Only you and I can stop her. Huh? What an odd thing to ask. But never mind all that. Whether or not they were heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Renda Ray was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin-Eaters, that's what they are now. So we'd be doing folks a favor by killing one. Well, what do you say, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? So begins our formal partnership. Ah, I can see it now. You and me in the heat of battle, fighting side by side. The picture of courage and camaraderie. It's going to be grand. I suspect this guy's a complete wuss, and he can't actually do anything. He's just some rich boy who wants to fight. Naturally, it will take us time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter, but it is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I have determined where we ought to begin our search, I will inform you at once. And by inform you at once, I mean please come talk to me to start the quest. Oh, is the reward lacking? My apologies. Next time I will see that you receive rather more substantial compensation. Alright, Lurik. Vengeance in defeat. Lurik seems rather surprised to see you standing before him. Wait, it's you. It's really you. You actually came. I mean, never mind. Ahem. You are here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I am pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Almarang, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Apparently, there was a right vicious spider that was giving folks trouble, and now that it has been turned, it's about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see, I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment, as promised. Why bother going out and about pestering the small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? Yeah, I see where this is going. The better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say. And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amarang and the delightfully named Samuel's Backbone. For in pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. Alright, let's head over to Amarang. It's probably going to be the east side. I don't know, I'll see in a minute. Down here. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, I thought it was going to be the east side. Because this is supposed to be earlier in the expansion. I think I'll pick up this place to finish up the, get closer to finishing the mapping achievement. Our Lady's Hands. How are you expected to get here without flying? And does this serve any... Oh, okay, there's a door over here. And it doesn't open. Is it gonna have a waypoint or something? Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna check up here first. Yep, there we go. I thought there would be one up here. / lookout. I don't know if I'll ever do all of the sightseeing points, especially not the ARR ones, but I might do the Heavensward Stormblood and Shadowbringers ones. Because the ARR ones are kind of annoying because they have a lot more strict requirements. Versus the other ones, they actually have a circle that, like we saw just before, they have a point that actually indicates that it's a lookout point. And it doesn't, most of them don't have very strict requirements. Like ARR, you have to have certain time frame, certain, sometimes certain weather. I can understand night or day, but once you get past that, it starts getting annoying. This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to the dear Samuel, but I see no troublesome arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Bah, nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for the sin-eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both have searched for search for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. Suitable amount of time. That means he's gonna come back in like 5 minutes. Or just not do anything at all and have us do it. Come on, dude, you just needed to look on the map. There's a big giant orange circle. You survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. Right, I finished another one of these books for the ARR relic. I'm working on the, I think there was only one crit book. So I've done the 3 strength books, the 1 crit book. Now I think I'm working on determination. Hold on, that's gonna annoy me if I don't look it up. Direct hit rate. Yes, direct hit rate. There's 2 books for that, and then there's 3 vitality. They're not that bad. It's the main thing that's bad is that you have to wait for the fates. Everything else is fine. It's just a little bit of a pain. Oops, wrong button. Oh, right, I killed it. Except that was a scorpion, not a spider. I mean, technically they're both arachnids, right? Isn't there some, I don't remember. I guess I'm gonna get back here and just wait for like hours and he's not gonna come back. He's just gonna forget about us. Oh, migraine time. Got some big antlers. There she is, the Scourge of Novrent, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Quiz. We bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us till the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could buy ourselves a couple castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as discussed. Wait for my signals, then we'll strike as one. Damn it, she's on to us. Don't panic, we planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Renda Ray brings her down. Go, go! Wait, not yet! There's no need to rush this! And they're dead. Sod it, always so headstrong. Bugger, my head, I can't. Well, they're dead. No, no! Come back here! Finish it, you bloody bastard! Finish it! Finish me! I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'll not let it end like this. I promise. I'll kill the goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Hey, what was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't it like anything I've ever felt. You see, I have these migraines all the time. It's nothing. It's normal. By the gods! And I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea. But you're telling me you were also granted a vision of her past with this power of yours? Though, 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. A beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I have heard this tale before, I know it. Bah, it's common enough sort of tale, I suppose. And regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. Okay, back to the Crystarium. Wonder if all these quests are going to be this short. If they are, I might be able to get through all of them before the end of the stream, and then we can continue MSQ next time. I mean, we still got time. I'm not stopping yet, although I do need to stop on time today. Which will be like 5:30. So, yeah, still 5:30? Yeah, I guess 5:30. That's right, 2.5 hours. The table is set, and so I bid you raise your glass with me, that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment, and how he did literally nothing. There's really nothing quite like a hearty meal after a job's well done. Job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up. I've another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened, no? Oh, very well, if you insist. It occurs to me, my good woman, that I have yet to ask your name, of course. So quickly did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed until now. Beryllian Mason, Reek and Beryllian. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reek and Beryllian, the daring duo, the brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin-eaters. Once we have slain Andrea, not a soul in Norvrant will not know our names. They shall ring out all across the realm. Well, they already know my name. Ah, but I should dwell overmuch on a victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. 'Twould be prudent to send double, nay triple the agents afield to seek out our promising new leads. Worried about the budget for our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I am prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared, none whatsoever. Well, okay. Alright, freedom from privilege. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more quests, including this one. Lou Reek is, as usual, quite pleased to see you again. Just a second. There she is, Brilliant, come to rejoin her bosom companion in the great hunt. It is well that you have, for I have obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea on Calusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. Oops. Oh, let's head over to Calusia. Let's see, so you can't, okay, I'll just do it like this then. Alright, what have we got this time? Let us brook no further delay, and commence our search. Separately, as before in Amareng, if you catch the eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not, surely not. Oops, oh man, I keep on accidentally doing that. Anyway, let's head over and to the orange circle, since he doesn't seem to be able to see it. Come on, man, you just gotta head to the quest objective. It's right here. You survey your surroundings, but find no trace of the bear you seek. Despite looking far and wide, you fail to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Lurik was indeed the better hunter this day. Well, only because the script said so. Yes, he's not actually doing anything, he's just hiring everyone. Hate to say it, Brilliant, but it seems we're late to the party. Landbrid and his mates slew the bear before we could. So it's true then, you've cast your lot with the boy. You poor, daft sod. But I don't understand. The Eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. We're loyal to your coin, not you. And you're not the only one willing to open its purse. But more importantly, Reek, what is this about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you didn't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like, help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize, 'cause unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are my mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost you to buy her friendship? Do tell. Piss off, Landbrid. Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. You have questions, I am sure. As you may have surmised, Landbrid was once a comrade of mine. I took him into my service that we might hone our skills battling Sin Eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late, so much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters, and must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium, but before we depart, I have one matter to attend to in Yulmore. I might trouble you to accompany me? Ah, but of course you will. Let us be off. Yulmore. Wait, can you not complete this until you... Oh, hold on. I saw that. Corner of my eye. I bet there's one on top of that lighthouse, too. Not on top of this one, though, because it's got the point, but this one has, like, a... thing. A crow's nest. Nope. Well, not everywhere's gonna have one. Anyway, let's head over to Yulmore. Is decadence. Yeah, this music is a slight remix of another song that I don't remember which one it is. It might just be the Crystarium theme. Or one of the Crystarium themes. The second one. Of course, it's at the Queen Bee. I bet it's his father or something. Brilliant. Allow me to introduce, of course. Father, this is my traveling companion and dear friend Brilliant. She and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly Sin Eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this Sin Eater is. That to pursue it is to count death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Novrent shall sing our praises. They don't care. Won't that be wonderful, Father? He just wants his acknowledgement. So long as you don't sully our good name, you are free to hunt wherever quarry you desire. I cannot without all the petty details. Yeah, he really just doesn't care. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I'm sure it will suffice this trivial pursuits. That is why you're here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been very good at it. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving Brilliant right now. I do say you are a nice little boy. Speak to my manservant and leave me to my entertainment. Oh dear, Master Reek seemed awfully upset. Well, let's get out of here before I get banned or something. Actually, I have something written here. Yeah, kinda. Back at the Crystarium. Oh, I do say. I guess I should just teleport. I think we're gonna get through most of this. But I'm getting slightly tired. Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to get through one more quest, and then we're going to finish it up next time. Normally I'd be taking a break soon, but I want to get one more quest done. And then we're gonna have to stop at about 5:30. Forgive me, Brilliant, but I would forgo the wine on this occasion. Father's lackluster reception has put me in a rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yulmore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I have enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged and unbearably boring. Which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I am no fool, though. I am well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from the people on the Crystarium. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others, "Hey, this guy's rich." Now then, since Landbrid has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Instead of actually doing something yourself. Alas, in a fit of frustration, I refused Father's coin. Without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I am rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum at this time, but I trust that you will not deter you from joining me anon. I mean, I need to do this quest line, so... Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Perish the thought. Ha ha ha. Yeah, the Hunter's Legacy. Lou Reek appears to have been struck by an epiphany. I think this will be the last one we do today. Which one is this? Yeah, so then after this there will be 2 more quests to do, and then we can continue Shadowbringers MSQ. For now, let's do this. Let's continue this quest. Brilliant, my friend. Thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea. But alas... Only the Crystarium? Well, of course. Surely this is the limit of what a man with a meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that, for it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld at Renderay's past could hold the clues of which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before, and I had. My wit nurse told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. 'Twas the tale of courageous hunters who, together with their comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon the quarry in a desert, and there attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter a fatal weakness, and so in the ensuing struggle her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? And there can be no doubt, Renderay is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others, and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? The Renderay being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renderay's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse, Miss Olvara. Miss Olvara lies in Gate Town on Calusia. Let us be off then. Oh, back to Calusia. I'll be finishing up after this quest. I don't think it's actually going to be any cheaper to, let's see, he said... Guess I should just do this. So 168, 201. Yeah, sure, right. White, whatever. I did a bunch of, yesterday and the day before, I did a bunch of crafting and cleared up a bunch of inventory space, because I am definitely a really bad hoarder, and I actually have quite a bit of space here, but also in my retainers I have a good amount of space as well, because I went through and found stuff that I only had a couple items of, and then crafted those. Usually that ends up with me buying a bunch of extra materials and then having stuff left over, but I was able to get a lot of the materials at the exact numbers that I needed. Alright, let's talk to Ulvra. Brilliant, this is Miss Ulvra, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bound into my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age she was forced to leave. My, you've grown into such a strapping young man. But I can't imagine you came to Gaytown just to pay me a visit, my little Reek. Not in front of her, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that a hunter perchance the warrior of light, Renda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's mind when I was younger, and for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death, as Sydney does. But despite all that, me and my mates looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when we wanted her tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. And it's true. The hero who I've looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do, drove me to take up the bow, as you had, to pester you for training, that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Ulvra, Brilliant and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe the one of the stories you shared with me can help guide our search. Namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little Reek, very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sound of their passing, from miles away, even by some accounts. Even the most suitable and stealthy beasts never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually, Renda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As their reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they whoops. Oops. Ugh. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and her fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in simple pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends, or how the deaths weighed heavy upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing ever stronger, as did Rendaray. While in Clusia, she even devised a means to defend against powerful roar that had been her downfall on that fateful day. And then, well engaged in the adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Rendaray's ears. Balam Quits, a scourge of Novront, devourer of souls, had been spotted wandering Sita swamps. It was a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She would not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companion as she had her old. So it was that Rendaray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe Balmquits once alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and her dread beast. From the day forward she was Rendaray, the warrior of light, and deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated furthermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin eater I sworn to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvera, for everything. I promise I will visit you again soon. That's a red flag. So, Brilliant, remember that theory I told you about, that the virtues were being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Quits, the one that took her from Almareng to Calusia, then her next destination must be Raktika Greatwood. Right, that was where she laid low the beast at last, in the Sita swamps, to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot of people who don't know about Rendaray or the world, for that matter. So whenever you go and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself, and be safe. Brilliant, was it? It is such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it is a miracle this boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes with you as well, I should think. Ow, my back! Alright, so we gotta go to the Raktika Greatwood. Let's just teleport over there. Just Slitherbow. Oh right, this was unlocking another Beast Tribe quest. Let's quickly get this done, and then I'll be done for the day, because I need to actually stop on time. Yep, instance fight. That's what I thought. So are we actually gonna fight her? Because there's like 2 or 3 more quests. When I was little, Miss Olvera seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that. We have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. Well, the last one's probably going to be just like a celebration and him reconciling with his friends. Oh, there she is. About time for a luck to turn for the better. There she is. Oh, migraine time. What now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. But it's just like earplugs. Oh, okay, I gotta play as her. Let's see. Normal. Visual effect acidic bite. OGCD, heal, and interrupt. Okay. This should be pretty simple. Just gotta keep my dot up, use OGCD on cooldown. And just spam heavy shot forever. Ugh. There we go. I didn't know Render Ray was a sprout. You'd think she'd be at least you'd think she'd be a bit better. Because clearly she's finished Shadowbringers. Heal up a little. I can wait to do the interrupt. I remember in WoW, I would try and wait for interrupts in dungeons, or wait to use my interrupts in dungeons until the bar was until they were like about to cast it, and then like a bunch of them people in like the dungeon with me would just use it immediately. He's like, no, they're literally doing nothing. Let them do nothing for as long as possible. Just gonna do this with the mouse. Should be easy. Like, no, I can't, I mean, I could drag it to my other bars, but this doesn't take that long. It's longer than I want it to be, but it's not like it's hard. gotta remember to keep my dot up. Jeez, only halfway done. Who's gonna stack on me? Why bother putting a stack marker here? Because you're supposed to be down for the count. Oh, okay. This is what actually happened. Yeah, she didn't do it alone. Oops, I didn't need to heal. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because that was taking quite a while just to get down to half health. No, come on, you're supposed to drop all the bad stuff on your teammates. Yeah, it's 5:30, so I'm gonna be finishing up after this one. Come on, somebody rescue Ardward out of the bad. Or I guess he can just tank it like a champ. Almost done. Nope, invulnerable, of course. First, they're gonna put it on, put the stack marker on the healer. I remember when I did the final steps of fate to defeat Nidhogg. With the first time I did it, we got a healer that didn't know what stack markers were, and like he would always get the stack marker, and he would always run away with it. And so it took us 4 tries to beat Nidhogg. And like literally one of the tanks just quit. To be fair, I think that was technically the first time you saw a stack marker in required MSQ content before they changed the ARR dungeons. Because now I believe at least one of the ARR dungeons has a stack marker. Yeah, the Prematorium does, I believe. That should be it. Nice and easy. Yeah, of course she's not gonna do that herself. It's a bit crazy. Well, that's all there is to it. Let's finish this up, and then that'll be the end of the stream for today. I'm gonna stream tomorrow because I wanted to do Shadowbringers, but the game said no. Tough old booger. Everyone all right? Ardbert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go in alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the very first, it wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious mercs throughout Novront. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputations. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it, too. And then we set our sights on Balm Quits. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot, and thought that maybe with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just, you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time, I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not your comrades, through thick and thin? Those bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what the bollocks Brandon and and Nidrid are whispering about me behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, and fame besides. I'll wager we don't have to pay for our own drinks when we get back into town. Oh God, it's not another night to remember. Don't worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balm Quit's demise. Under Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And Rendere, I trust the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And there I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it was you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Oh, there's the gem. That's her gem. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Wake up, damn you! Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Oh, come on, dude. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I'm perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater alone. Yeah, sure, dude. Good luck with that. Upon our return to Gate Town, you will be given your final payment, and we will be free to go our separate ways. Well, he said Gate Town, right? Yeah, Calusia. Let's go to White and then finish up this quest, and then that'll be all for today. I wanted to make a little more progress on MSQ, but I mean, we gotta do this. Alright, Granny. So that story you were told, it's a little different. Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You were such disappointment. Consider this the formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names of Reek and Brilliant in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. What a brat. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. Alright, Granny, we'll come on back tomorrow and continue this quest line. But for now, it's time to wrap up the stream. Didn't make quite as much progress as I wanted, but we got to the Tempest, which means that tonight I can probably finish the facet of fishing, and then that'll finish off all the Crystarium deliveries, or Crystarium delivery quests. They don't. I was actually curious if you were to get your skills to level 90. If any of the Crystarium delivery quests would give you purple scripts. They do not. You do, I believe you can get purple scripts from the, what are they called again? The Studium deliveries, but I'll need to see that once I actually get there. I mean, it doesn't really, there's no reason for me to get purple scripts right now because I can't spend them, or maybe I can? I don't think I can, because at the script vendor won't sell you will only sell you the highest level gear that the script vendor will sell you is the highest level of MSQ that you've gotten to. So once I actually start Endwalker, I should be able to purchase the purple script gear once I get purple scripts. And I'll end up getting purple scripts from well, I won't be getting any from custom deliveries. So I guess I'll be getting the purple scripts from Studium deliveries, but I won't be getting them until I get the crafters to level 90. But I wanted to get the XP from the Studium deliveries, so I'm not going to be getting any purple scripts from the Studium deliveries. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.